I give a lot of credit to Michigan State. I thought they defended well. They were in there. They shrunk the floor, so it felt like our guards didn't have anywhere to go. But more than anything, they really executed their stuff. The way their ball movement was excellent. And they made their shots. They made big shots, and they kept doing it. You know, sometimes you have a little hot streak or whatever it might be, but they just kept running their stuff. And, you know, I always say I love to play coach those teams because you learn so much about your own team. And what I learned, obviously, at one point I felt like we were, I'm like, there's not many more things that we can do wrong and we can allow them to do right because we just didn't take away anything on one end that created anything easy for us on the other end. And we didn't get much bench help, 31-9 on the bench. And Ward is a big part of that too, but, because he usually doesn't come off the bench. But at the same time, those other guys, Winston, Ellis, really hurt us. So it was a disappointing night because of, I think, the idea of the night with Tyronn Lue having his jersey retired. And to not, I texted him earlier. I'm like, it's our job to come through for you because there was some talk, hey, do you want to meet with the team? I'm like, this is your night. Enjoy it. We need to do our job and come through for you, and we didn't. And that's the hard part. But congratulations to Michigan State.
Tim, was it just a little demoralizing to see them make so many threes with 3 seconds or less on the shot clock? Yeah, especially when we don't have a hand over the ball, like, that we're taught to. And it was.
What do you, when you see back-to-back three-point performances like that, you probably sort of have
why stop there, Dirk? I mean, we've had it for 2 years now in the Big Ten. Our three-point defense has not been there. Now, some of it I get. I mean, and I'm not going to name names, but I have to a little bit. So you take out a guy like Leslie Smith, healthy, Dave Rivers, healthy, and you put in, guys that really can do some good things like Jack McVay and Michael Jacobson and even Jariah, but not as mobile, right? You take out the length of Trey and put Petaway and you put in Glenn Watson. There's some things there where they just stick it in your eye. So you're going to have some weaknesses. But for us not to have the just the ability to get into the ball, that's what I couldn't understand. It's just like we got Jade up. Just stood there, stare down, bang. And they're talented guys. They're going to do that to you. And, I just looked at our threes. We gave up a couple in transition. One, we have a kid close out short on the shot clock. Cassius goes twice, one-on-one, gets them. Alvin Ellis gets one in transition. He did have two or three. Three. Gets one in transition and two out of the offense. We were rotating on a post double and they found him when they were really moving the ball. And then they got another one on a ball screen throwback, which is hard to guard because you're tagging Ward, and he hit it. I can live with, a good play out of the offense. It's the ones where you're standing there with your hands down with 3 on the clock that they just go to you. And we didn't have that urgency. That was disappointing. Coach, and so I understand somewhat like that we would be a little behind the game, but I would think this year that would be something we improve on.
Is it, when you see a performance like Sunday, I imagine that's a pretty big part of your, points of emphasis 3 days later going into another game, right?
Well, let's just say it came up, yeah. It always is. Not allowing a high percentage of threes is something we've struggled with. And when I look at it schematically, oftentimes it's a small mistake here or there. Schematic, for instance, Bridges is 2 threes. So let's just put this in context. So we know he's going to get a ball screen from Ward or whoever going to. And we know where they're going to switch that or go over the top of it. But, he gets it and he drives it once or twice and you realize, well, this guy's big and quick. And so all of a sudden here comes the ball screen. He just foot fakes you down. Jack kind of hops down. They hit it. The big's down a little bit and he just settles behind and he's good. He's really talented. So some of that's that. These are good guys. But there are too many of them. We give up 8 out of 11 the second half. That's just, Tum Tum gets one, right before the end of the clock. There's only so much bad luck you have. You got to be tougher on the ball.
Coach, for those of us that cover Michigan State, this is by far the best game they played. In honesty, what do you think that's more the way they played or, quite frankly, maybe how your team played?
I think you give credit where credit is due. Michigan State, I think Miles, came back from the injury, take some time. Maybe they're hitting their stride. And we had got them a few times in a row, so there's no doubt there's some incentive there. I'm not foolish enough to think that Tom Izzo didn't maybe bring it up once. And but you don't live on that with these guys because generation. I mean, tradition and history to them is the length of their timeline on Twitter. And I was just disappointed when in that second half when it was a 2-point game that we didn't even 17 minutes left in the game. It's 37-35 or whatever it is, and we just go non-compete. They just drilled us. But they again. We beat them. We had less turnovers. We got the foul line a whole bunch more. We out-rebound them, and we get drilled.
Jordan went for 15 and 9 tonight. How big was his emergence to the immediate future of this team?
No, I think that is I felt good about Jordy. I thought that he is. It's interesting. He really did a lot of good things. When he does something bad, it's like the whole world notices. Like it's bad. He messes up, and at least he's all or nothing. And so, but Jordy is going to be, I think, a good player in this league, and did a better job, I think, not fouling tonight. And he's just got to get out there. So I think starting him has helped me, give him a little bit longer rope, and let him play through some of those errors. But I think we're going to continue to see him shine. I hope we do. Anything else?
I think you can get Isaiah Roby off the schneid here a little bit.
I keep, telling myself that, I should try and manufacture some things and do that. And then you get in the game and you're down 7 and you don't want to experiment very bad. So we need something out of that bench. We need more out of that bench. And when we've got it, we're golden. And if Webster and Watson are killers, then we don't need it very bad. But they weren't tonight. And they played better. They out-executed us. They outplayed us. They drilled us. That's the way it went down.